Richard Serra is here, need I say more? He is best known for his large-scale abstract steel sculptures that push the medium to its limits. I am pleased to have, once again, Richard Serra at this table. Welcome, sir.
Thanks.
Is this a new direction for you?
One piece,
Yeah.
intervals.
Right. But
parallel.
the piece at 21st Street isn't that curvilinear?
21st Street
Yeah,
is, but
yeah.
all the pieces on 24th Street are flat plate.
Yeah, exactly.
Or one forged piece.
All right.
With this show, I really wanted to clear the deck, and I wanted to up the thickness of the scale, and I wanted to exceed what I had done. And there's one big piece there, 7 plates, 6 angles, where the plates are 8 inches thick, and they're 10 feet high and 40 feet long. So we're talking about 7 plates, so we're into like 380, you know, it's a lot of weight.
Right, it is, of course. Tons.
Yeah, and then the other piece is 24 plates, and they're 9 inches thick, and they're set parallel, and they're different lengths and different heights. The heights are 4, 5, and 6, and the lengths are 5, 7, 11, and 9. The pieces on 24th Street,
Right, the flat.
yeah, the flat pieces, very few people would deal with 8-inch thick plate, 40 feet long, 10 feet high. That's just not, you don't find that in industry. I just did a show in the Courtaulds of little plastic pieces of paper that were very small, I think 20 inches wide and 30 inches high, 12 of them. They're blocks, they're about 6'6" by 3 feet, and blocks 6 feet by 2.5 feet.
Yeah.
And the same block that's on the top is on the bottom and then reversed. The plates are 8 inches thick, they're 8 feet high and 40 feet long, and they're freestanding. And the corners probably go from 11 feet apart to 33 feet apart. And the angles are open and close as you go, and the compression of the piece varies as you walk into it.
The next one is 7 plates, 6 angles, 2,000. This was more detail here.
That's the same piece. It's hard to get an overview of the whole piece. The piece takes up the entire gallery, and the gallery's 60 by 100.
Intervals, 2013.
They're spaced 42 inches apart, and they go from 4, 5 to 6 feet high, and they ride up and down as you move in and out of it. And there's no hierarchy in terms of where you enter or exit. It's fairly dense, it's fairly compacted.
Well, what is your intention?
To have people participate in the rhythm of the intervals, of the intersections of the pieces as they move through them.
Okay, and what if I participated with the intervals and the spaces as I walked through them, and I came out saying, this it makes me feel like I'm in a cemetery?
These things are freestanding.
So?
Stones in cemeteries are not freestanding.
Did somebody write that this looked like a cemetery and you didn't like it? Let me go on to this. We'll come back to this, because I think...
Look, different people see work differently. That's
exactly.
For sure.
So why don't you allow them to see it any way they want to? So what is this? What is that?
That's a bridge.
A bridge? Really?
Yeah.
That's not what I thought it meant. I thought it was a piece of art in which I looked at it, and it had two separate of ceramic and glass and paper.
The paper's a bridge between the two.
But if you do that, then you're limiting yourself.
Well, you asked me what it was. Actually, it's, for sure, it's a glass and a...
And sure, that's a bunch of steel together. Is this art?
If you say it is.
That's the definition.
If you say
if I say it is.
If you say it's
I just created this. Is this art?
If you say it's your art, then I'll say it's your art.
All right. Is there anything else we need to see up here? We need to see counterweight 1 and counterweight 2.
What's interesting about those plates is they're exactly the same dimension. And they're 5 inches thick. They lean against the wall. There's no fixed joint, and they just stand on top of each other while they're leaning against the wall. That one actually came at 3 o'clock in the morning. I woke up and thought, oh, I think that'll work. And I got up the next morning and did it. The reason that these pieces probably came about was I really wanted to get away from the curvilinear things that I was doing. And I hadn't dealt with corners like that, maybe in one piece, but only one piece against the wall. And that was something I hadn't done. And then to do it and to exceed it with 8-inch plates that are 51 ton each, that was a big move for me to make. When the piece is up and you look at it, you can say, oh, they're just big plates, so I went out and ordered them, so what? Psychologically, for me to order a plate of that size was a step. I built an earlier piece of a single plate called Pessoa, which was higher. It was 10 feet high and 30 feet long and 8 inches thick. And then I thought, well, if I extend the plate longer, make the plate 40 feet long, a little lower, I can probably put together a complex of spaces that would be interesting. But I was interested in freestanding plates like that.
The desire to move away from curvilinear.
No, I'll be back. I just moved away in this show. I had a need to do a new body of work. And I wanted to exceed what I had done in terms of the thickness of plates, in terms of the psychological bearing of a load.
So when people write about you, are they going to say he follows in the tradition of?
Of who?
Who? I'm asking you.
I have no idea.